The time is now 5:53 on this Tuesday morning, and here's what you need to know before you go.
Just hours before the deadline last week, federal lawmakers passed a funding bill to avoid a government shutdown, and as a result, two major infrastructure projects here in Duluth will be impacted. President Trump signed the continuing resolution bill funding the government through the end of the fiscal year, but now Duluth will not receive the $1.5 million for the Lakewood water treatment plant, along with funding for the aerial lift bridge repairs. However, Mayor Roger Reinert says the $11 million in funding received earlier this year will be applied to the aerial lift bridge project. Meantime, the city says it will work with local legislators to secure state funding for the treatment plant, saying the project is required by the EPA and is vital to provide safe drinking water.
Despite a one-year delay, MnDOT says the Twin Ports Interchange project is expected to be completed this fall. The years-long $435 million reconstruction project improves safety at I-35, I-535, and the Highway 53 interchange. MnDOT says because all material contracts were required before the tariffs took effect, contract prices on these products were locked in and will not affect the total cost. And as we reported, construction crews discovered indigenous remains on site in 2023, which halted some construction. MnDOT says the project should be completed with Highway 53 open in both directions by late October.
A federal judge has dismissed charges against the man accused of hiding the stolen pair of Wizard of Oz ruby slippers. And that's because, according to prosecutors, he died on Sunday. 77-year-old Jerry Saliderman of Crystal, Minnesota, had been in poor health with lung disease and other ailments. He was scheduled to change his plea to guilty in January, but that hearing was postponed indefinitely after he was hospitalized. Yesterday, a federal prosecutor notified the court that Saliderman died Sunday, but did not say how or where. The slippers were stolen from the Judy Garland Museum in Grand Rapids in 2005 and recovered by the FBI in 2018.
Cloquet police are asking for the public's help this morning following some vehicle prowls early Monday. They're looking for help identifying individuals who were checking for unlocked vehicles and rummaging through some of them. Police say it happened on Monday between 3 and 5 a.m. If you happen to you're encouraged to report it to CPD. And if you have any information about these individuals, including security footage between those hours, you're asked to contact Cloquet PD.
As the Wisconsin spring election inches closer, you'll want to make sure you have the right identification at the polls. The most common forms of identification to show at the polls include a Wisconsin DMV driver's license or ID. Other forms of valid identification include military or student ID cards. A federally compliant real ID card is not required, and the spring election is on April 1st.